Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to make a video going over how do you start out in Legends Rewritten. So this game really doesn't have very much direction. There really isn't very much help. You pretty much are just thrown right into it and it's like go for it. So I'm going to go over basically a couple of basic principles and what you really do in this game. So first we're going to talk about blessings. Blessings are very important. They are a magic that you can roll from at the very beginning of the game that stays with you as long as you don't re-roll it. Now, you're probably wondering, how did you get 58 rolls? I didn't spend any Robux on buying them. The way you get so many rolls is through the codes, through the Discord server. There is new codes all the time, so do not worry about getting new rolls. Anyways, there is a couple of blessings that you want to go for. One will be Rin. This activates a massive black hole that is very powerful. Wardo is definitely the best roll you can get. If you get this, definitely feel lucky. And then Godspeed is very powerful as well. All of these are really great. Godspeed and Wardo especially, they're really good at leveling up your physical attack and stuff like that. So do look for those when rolling. Anyways, what do you do in this game? The premise of this game is to get as many magical artifacts as you can and become as strong as you can in your stats. So there is a lot of magical artifacts you can find around the map. So the way you finally get actual magical abilities like this, and this is you must find the said artifacts. Now, the more powerful the artifact, the harder to get. Of course, a lot of them that are very strong will drop from difficult bosses to fight, but if you're just starting out in the game, you're probably not really looking for those. Now, wind, water, ice, light, and hero are very easy to find. Wind spawns on this river. Hero spawns at the top of this castle. If you want to learn more about specific magic types, I made a bunch of videos going over a lot of the artifacts, each video covering one, so you can learn a lot about them. Anyways, the reason why you want to get magical artifacts so early in the game is because they help you out a lot. You need magic abilities to level up your magical stat. And magical stat is probably the most important stat in this game because magic is where most of your damage will come from. Magical abilities are by far the most effective for DPS in this game. Essentially what you want to do as soon as you get a magical artifact is just farm a bunch of mobs that you can with all of your magical attacks. When you first start out this game, you're going to be level 1 magic, so you're really only going to be able to use one move at a time, so it is a little bit slow to level up, but you do want to level that up progressively. There is a lot you can do. For example, one very easy boss to farm while leveling up your magical ability will be the golem boss up here on this island. This boss is very easy to farm because you can literally stand on one of these rocks or on the island where he can't hit you, and this boss drops a bunch of very good gear as well for level 40 defense, and he also drops a very powerful magic type known as Esper. So you can even farm him right off the bat to try to get Esper, although it might be a little bit of a struggle to farm this guy at level 1, so I don't necessarily recommend you farm him right away. Just do know he's a very good farming spot to level up your magic and other things like that. Anyways, magic attacks aren't the only thing with this game. There is also physical attacks. So physical attacks are going to be your swords, and the physical attacks are a little bit harder to level up than your magic. So when you get your sword, I really do just recommend you farm all of the low level mobs near you. That is a very good way to do it. But the most effective way to level up your physical attack is with Wardo. However, the Wardo blessing might be a little bit difficult to get. So I'm going to show you guys a very good way to level up both your defense stat and your attack stat. So that is going to be this Regulus boss down over here in this mountainous area known as the Heights. Essentially what you want to do is you pull out your Wardo, you hit V for time stop, and then you use your Wardo to attack, and as you can see, I am getting insane amount of physical attack XP. That is probably one of the best ways to get your attack up. The more you get your attack up, the better the weapons you can use. Now, this game has a lot of functions, like Q is to use your dash, and E is to parry, F is to block, but we're going to be talking about parrying for a little bit. A really good way to level up your defense stat is with the Regulus boss as well. Every time he swings his arm like that and goes for his ranged attack, if you hit E at the right time, you will reflect it and you get a lot of defensive XP. It's very easy to mess up like I did there, but this is a fantastic farm for defense. You will level up so quickly doing this. And essentially a good combination to do is you freeze and time stop, use your Wardo to get a ton of attack XP, and then when time stops over, you go back to parrying until you can time stop again. This is easily one of the best ways to get your attack and defense up in the game. Now, there is more to this game than just grinding stats like that. Every single season, a legendary boss will spawn in. In the winter, there's the Winter Colossal and the Frost Dragon. In spring, there is Broly. In the summer, there's a Fire Dragon. And then in the fall, there is the Headless Horseman. Every single time these bosses spawn in, I highly recommend you go fight them. In the Heights, this is where the Winter Colossal will spawn in and the Summer Dragon. By that big castle I showed earlier, that is where the Frost Dragon spawns in. And then I'll show where Broly and the Headless Horseman spawn in a little bit. Anyways, now that it's spring, that means Broly has spawned in. But anyways, there is more to this game than just that. There is also the ranged ability stat that is very annoying to level up. Range is of course gonna be bows and arrows. However, ranged attacks really aren't that good. I only recommend leveling up your range when you're trying to get your overall combat level to be a lot higher. Is really by far the worst weapon type you can use. It's really not that good and it is very annoying to level up. The main gist of this game is to run around, get the best kind of gear you can from all of these legendary bosses, level up all your stats, get all the magic artifacts you can so you can get all the magical types and stuff like that. However, you can only use 2 magic artifacts at a time. As you can see, magic 1 and 2. I have magic 3 because I bought the Game Pass. I do think it is worth it. You don't have to, but it is definitely worth it. Anyways, there is also a major component of this game known as smithing and crafting. Smithing and crafting is definitely how you get the best overall gear in the game, armor-wise. All the armor types I have on except for my hat is through smithing. So the way you get started with this is in the blacksmith shop. This is where you will buy a bronze pickaxe. Now, I'm going to show you guys where you start your mining. Back in the back left corner of this open area, the wind magic I talked about earlier, here's one spawned in, just so I can show you guys there's a wind artifact. Anyways, let's go back to the back corner for the mining. Anyways, this back corner over in here is the best spot to start your mining leveling up. There is iron ore and bronze ores. These are the lowest level ores you can mine. The higher your mining level goes, the more ores you can mine. So I recommend you mine these ores, and then once you are over level 7 in mining, it's either level 7 or 10, I don't remember off the top of my head because it has been a while since I was low level mining, you want to come back to the mountainy area known as the Heights. And you're going to spend most of your time in this game in the Heights except for fighting legendary bosses. So in the Heights, the further up you go on the mountain, the more higher level ores you will find. As you can see, there's iron ores here, black ores here, and a bunch of mobs. And then the further up the mountain you go, the better the ores there are. Black ore here, and then more iron and other ores like that. Also, these dark stone knights are fantastic mobs to farm to level up your magic because they're very, very slow. So you can practically constantly backtrack and just use your magic attacks to get a lot of levels from them. And they drop pretty decent gear for level 35. Anyways, in the mountainy area, there's also the Boar King, a boss that is in this big end room over here. This is also a very good boss to farm your magic because, well, you can hit him from very long ways away, as you can see. He's very big, he's very easy to dodge while using your dashes, and he really isn't a struggle to farm. You can really use this guy to get your magic levels up as well. And then also in the Heights, there is a secret boss known as Hay. So Hay is a great boss to farm as well. I think he might already be dead. He only spawns in once a season, and he spawns in right... Oh, no, there he is. He spawns in right here. This boss drops a very powerful magic type known as Spirit. It is a very rare drop, and he is a very difficult boss to fight overall. This cave back over in here, this is where Broly and the Headless Horseman spawns in. So one thing about Broly is you won't even know he spawned in. I'm pretty sure he's already been defeated, but you won't even know he spawned in when spring starts until he gets under half health. He spawns in as a normal character. Once you get him under half health, that is when the big chat message pops up saying Broly has spawned in. Then the Headless Horseman spawns right over here, but his chat message will pop up right away. Anyways guys, for the most part, that is pretty much the gist of the game. That is pretty much what you want to do. Of course it is more complicated than what I'm saying, but that is pretty much the best tips I can give for you as a beginner. Leave a like if this helped you out. Comment down below if there's anything I should have said but I didn't. Subscribe for more, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.